So I hope you're ready to discover the actual truth behind profitable trading and what you really need to focus on to actually get those results that we both know you deserve. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video because we're going to uncover the exact secrets and methodology that I used to become a full-time trader. You see, I quit my job from trading back in 2018 after 3 years of pure struggling. And this was only possible because I started to deviate from the common path. You see, when everyone was focused on technical analysis, I realized that when everyone's using technicals, there's a reason why everyone's failing. And we're about to dive into all of that today and help you stop making the same mistakes so that now you can get those profits that we both know you deserve. So let me ask you this. Have you ever gone to the markets, taken a trade? You're like, yes, that's a great trade. It meets my plan. You see all your technical confirmations. But you execute the trade and find out when it hits stop loss, you're like, why the hell did I even take that trade? What was I thinking? You see, here's the kicker. What you see in trading is not always what you get. And this is because there's a lot of underlying factors that we're not taught to focus on. And the first one is the true importance of psychology. Now, I don't mean, oh, Mark Douglas trading in the zone. I mean understanding how your brain changes the perception of you viewing the markets based on factors that you haven't focused on. Now, what do I mean? You see, in those times where you perceive the market in a certain way, and then after the fact, you're like, wait a minute, what was I thinking? Why did I do that? You don't know what came across you. But here's the thing. There's a lot of psychological skills that people will not teach you because they don't understand how they actually influence you. You see, again, if technical analysis was the only key, then why is it we can both trade the same system but get completely different results? Because it's our psychology and our mindset which is influencing what we see on the charts. Right? It's a very common psychological fact that you do not see reality as it is. You see reality as you are. So based on your what we call reticular activating system, which is your selective focus, right? It's how, let's say in the room you're in now, if you look for the object green, you're going to see green objects everywhere. You look for something red, you'll see red objects everywhere. Based on this reticular activating system, this selective focus, sometimes our brain will pick out certain things and sometimes it will completely disregard it. And the reason why it will do that is based on a few things. The firstly being our own belief system and what we believe about our capacity to deal and manage with uncertainty. Now, wait, what do you mean, Kieran? What are you talking about? Well, here's the thing. We humans, we've evolved to not be successful traders. Think about it for a second. Right, let's go back 1,000,000+ years when we was, hunters and gatherers. How would we win? And how do we humans even now win at life? Well, what we do is simple. We control and dominate our environment. For example, if you want to get a good job now, what do? You go out there, you create an amazing CV, you boss the interview, and then you do good at the job, right? If you want to be a great footballer, you win by dominating the other opponents. You want to be a good fighter, you win by dominating the other opponents. If you was a hunter, right, you win, right, you get that food by going out there, dominating the other animal to get the food. So our success has been predicated on us controlling outcome. But now we're coming into these financial markets, and for the first time, we can't control the outcome. No matter what you do, you cannot control the outcome. So what's happening is we're bringing in a mind that has been trained to control the outcome for us to get success. We're bringing that to the financial markets. But we quickly learn, because we see in our trading account, how effective our beliefs are about managing risk and uncertainty. What I'm trying to say is very simple. Because we've not been taught the correct psychological skills, when we go to the market, right, our brain goes crazy. It thinks there's some sort of danger. No matter how many times you trade, no matter how many times you execute, you are not guaranteed to win or be profitable. So the human brain doesn't like that. It doesn't like that uncertainty. It craves certainty. And then because we've never been taught the correct psychological skills, we bring a mind that craves certainty to an uncertain environment. Then it starts running wild. It causes you to act in two ways, either being fearful or either being aggressive. So you're either A, hesitant, not taking the trades, getting out of the trade too early, right, taking profits too soon. Or you're too aggressive, you're over trading, you're risking too much, you're taking too many positions. And this just constantly causes us to remain in that cycle because we're not focusing on the right skill sets. And what we need to start doing is spending time developing the emotional side of our brain. Because we humans, we've got two sides of our brain. We've got the left side and the right side. Our left side is responsible for logic and analysis, aka technicals, and then our right side is responsible for emotions. So why is it we spend all of our time developing our left side of the brain, technicals, and spend zero time developing our right side of our brain, our emotions? Because we're not taught the right things, right? It's not like there's a university you can go to and learn everything about trading. Right? People won't talk about this because they don't understand how important it is. So if you want to be able to get to a point where you can actually trade your system correctly and not deviate from your plan and not make these psychological mistakes, such as breaking your rules, entering too early, entering too late, over trading, risking too much, etc., you need to begin to train that emotional side of your brain. So how you begin to change that and work on that is through a 3-step process. Identify, accept, and transcend. You first have to identify what beliefs are running your trading, because we do not trade the markets, we trade our beliefs about the markets. And if you've got a belief, for example, where you believe about making money, oh, I believe I need to work to make money, what's going to happen? You're going to bring that 9-to-5 mindset where you believe that every hour you work, you get paid, and you're going to be spending hours and hours and hours on the charts, expecting to get a return. You're going to expect that, oh, because I've gone to London today, and I'm at the charts, I'm expecting there to be a trade, because you've got that 9-to-5 mentality where, oh, I've gone to the job, I get paid. I've worked 1 hour, I get paid 1 hour. But in the markets, it's completely different. You can spend 10 hours on the charts and not make anything. You can spend 10 minutes on the charts and make someone's yearly salary. So you first have to identify the beliefs that are running you. So once you can firstly identify these beliefs that are running you, you can now begin to accept them. Now, if you don't accept them and stay in a perpetual state of denial, like, oh, I don't need to work on my beliefs, I don't need to work on myself, you're going to stay in the exact same situation, right? A lot of the times we don't like to think of ourselves in a poor way. We don't like to think, oh, my belief system's not good enough, I need to change it. So we naturally deny it and get defensive about it. But again, truth be told, your trading account results show you the effectiveness of your beliefs. If your trading account is red and you're losing money and not consistently profitable, there's an error in your belief system. You have to identify what that is. You have to then accept the fact that that is what is the case. And then number 3, you begin to transcend it. You begin to transcend it by replacing those belief systems that are not conducive to your success with belief systems that are actually beneficial for your trading. So now when you go to the chart, you're not projecting these beliefs onto the chart. You're not making these mistakes because you've got the right way of thinking. Remember, it's not the strategy that's important, it's the person who's trading it. That's why, for example, my strategy may work for me but may not work for you, right? Or the strategy you're using may work for someone else but not work for you because you're not focusing on the things that actually influence it, right? View it like this. You use the strategy and the strategy is applied to the market, but it's 3D. But what if this person, yourself, is applying the strategy in the wrong way? What if you're perceiving it differently? If you're perceiving a bullish market bearishly, you're always going to lose. If you're perceiving this as a valid entry when in reality it's not, you're always going to lose. And a lot of the times, if you want to trade, you're going to identify things that are not there, right? If you haven't identified the state of mind you're in and the forces that are running you, how are you going to know whether this is a valid entry to take? You see, 95% of us humans is unconscious, right? We think that we are so much more in control of our reality than we actually are. But there's so many unseen hidden forces that control and govern us. Us, like we said at the start, our reticular activating system, that selective focus, can't always pick up on certain things. Because again, we haven't been taught what to pick up on, what to pay attention to. You're just taught, focus on this magical system. And that one system will make you a millionaire. But the system's not important. What's important is the person trading it and the place that it's coming from. If you're going to the market because you want to make money, then guess what? You're going to identify things that are not even there. So you have to check and identify the beliefs that are running you. You then have to accept them and begin to change and transform them. And with that being said, I'll see you guys all at the top, from the top, because you already know that bottom is way too crowded. Sheesh.